Hi friends and subscribers, this is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I am working on discussing some of the basic and important, most frequently asked interview questions on PHP. And in today's video I'll be discussing what is object-oriented methodology. Okay, object-oriented methodology is a technique of developing software applications using classes and objects. Okay, so here in the object-oriented approach, we create everything based on objects. We create a class and we declare variables, we define functions, and we write functionalities inside those functions, and then finally we access to those variables, data members and member functions with the help of that class's object. Okay, so in this object oriented approach, we deal or we interact with our entire application with the help of object of the class. We create the class and then we declare data members and member functions, and then we access that data members and member functions with the help of object of that class. Okay, so that is what I have mentioned in my second point. Okay, so the first point says it's a methodology, object oriented technique. It's a methodology of developing software applications using classes and objects. Okay, we design and we develop software application with the help of classes and objects. And the second point is, here we create the data members and member functions inside the class, and we access those data members and member functions by creating the object of that class. Okay, so that's the point I have already discussed. Okay, next, object-oriented approach of developing software application helps the developers to modularize the code and improve the performance of the applications. Okay, so when we develop an application, a software application using object-oriented way, then it will be easier for us to maintain that application, because while developing that application we had divided our entire application in the form of modules. Okay, so object oriented programming helps the developers to modularize the code. Okay, we can create different functions which are used for performing different tasks. Okay, so that we can call it as module, a different module or a different functions for performing different operations. Okay, so by doing that, it will help the users or developers to maintain, debug easily, to update the code. Okay, to find out errors very easily and quickly, and at the same time it improves the performance of the applications. Okay, so some of the key features of object oriented approach is our objects, class, encapsulation, data abstraction, inheritance, function overloading, and function overriding. Okay, so these are some of the key features of object oriented approach. Okay, so in this video we have discussed something about object oriented approach or object oriented methodology. It's a technique of developing software applications using classes and objects. Okay, once we create the class, then we declare data members and member functions, and we access those data members and member functions by creating the object of those classes. Okay, and object oriented approach helps the developers to maintain the application and to update the application very quickly, and it helps the users or developers to modularize the code. Modularize in the sense, it helps the developers to create different functions for different tasks, and it also improves the performance of the application. Okay, so this is a small explanation on object oriented methodology. Okay, this question may be asked at the time of interview. The people might ask you this question, tell me something about object oriented methodology. Okay, so at that time you can give them this explanation. Now let us see the syntax of classes and objects. Okay, how we can create a object oriented program. Okay, so let's come here. Okay, so here you can see I have created a class. Okay, class keyword, and we have to mention the name of the class. Now the name of the class is sample, and this private a comma b comma c, these are the data members. Okay, these are the variables, and this private is the access specifier. So I have set these data members as private, and then we have a function called public function sum. The responsibility of this function is to make a sum of two values. Okay, so once we create the class data members and member function, and then we need to create the object of that class. Okay, so now we need to, or now here inside this function we have calculated the sum, and now we need to call these functions and these data members with the help of that class's object. Okay, so here you can see this is how we can create the object of that class. Okay, obj equals to new and the name. Okay, this is the constructor. Okay, so we have created an object, and now you can see I'm calling the function which is present inside the class. Okay, this is the member function which I have created inside the class sample, and I'm accessing this function outside the class with the help of that class's object. Okay, so now we can easily access to the data members and member functions which is present inside the class, and we can access them outside the class using object of that class. Okay, so this is the syntax of declaring a class, data member and member function, and creating the object. Okay, so I hope you like this video. I hope you got some useful and valuable information out of this video. If you like this video, click on like button, share it to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And I will see you guys in my next video, where I'll be discussing on some other important interview question. Okay, thanks for watching.